Hey everybody, I'm Jody with Board Game Perspective, and today I have along with me Josie, who is crashed out and very needy. So she's been showing up a lot in our videos lately, I feel like, because she's just been a little needy because our little toddler running around is terrorizing her. Anyway, we're going to talk about my top 10 picks that will be at Gen Con. Now, I am going to do a few honorable mentions, just real quick, a few games that I've talked about recently on the channel, so I did not include those. They weren't eligible for my list, but I have to just, chime in real quick. There are many, many games, okay? Lots of games. And I wish I could go. As of now, we are kind of going to try to plan on maybe going next year, so 2025. We kind of have this goal of making it there. So we'll see if it actually comes to fruition, but that is our goal. Oh, bye, Joe's. Oh. So let's pull up some of the games, but first actually, let me show you what exactly I am going off of here. So BGG, a lot of content creators that you do this, they go to BGG and look at the list for Gen Con, and so I went through 439 titles. I filtered it for games to buy, not demo, but to buy. So these are going to be my top 10 picks. All right. So first, let's go over real quick on some of the honorable mentions. Some of them I just have to talk about because really one of them, this one right here, would have been my number one. But I've talked about it on some other lists, so I need to kind of vary it up a little bit. But this one, definitely want to try. I mean, futuristic sci-fi, Undaunted series. It looks amazing. Because I'm really interested in that much, I just got to show a picture. I mean, look at this. This looks incredible. All right. Definitely want to try that one. If I were at Gen Con, I'd be getting this game. And then, of course, Undergrove, I've talked about this one as well. This was on Kickstarter, and now it's going to be at Gen Con. Elizabeth Hargrave and Little Mushroom game. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it looks cool. I like it. This one I've talked about, I feel like, for a couple of years now. I think it's now coming over to the States. I think, what is it, Arcane Wonders? Because I know Cosmodrome Games, I believe, is a Russian publisher. So who's bringing this over? I don't know. But anyway, it's supposed to be available now, and it looks really interesting. Looks up my alley. I mean, yeah, this is space, frozen environment. This screams me. And then speaking of space, I've talked about this one before. From the Moon, craft workers build bases and save humanity. This was on Kickstarter as well, and they had some really cool bits, like miniatures. Let me actually just show you real quick. Miniatures that you put inside like these little rover thingies, and yeah, I really would like to try this one. So that's going to be there as well. And then, of course, really want to try Cascadia Rolling Hills and Cascadia Rolling Rivers. These are these flip and roll and rights based off of Cascadia, which I really enjoy. So definitely want to try those. And The Search for UAPs, another deduction game based off of the line of The Search for Planet X and Lost Species, I believe. But I've talked about this one before. And then this is an expansion for Cubitos. I love Cubitos, so I'm curious what this adds. New colors of dice. But those are all my honorable mentions. There were a lot because I just like talking about games, and so I couldn't stick to just 10. But anyway, let's move on now to the official top 10 list, okay? Starting with my number 10, we have Harvest. This is from Keymaster Games, and I'm digging the look of it. It looks like a nice family weight farming game. So it says, grab your farming hat and tend the land to be the best farmer in Furrowfield, I guess. And let's see here. Let's look at what are some of the mechanisms. So we got worker placement, open drafting, variable player powers, and I'm wondering. I think this was a Kickstarter game, so I have a feeling the base game is not going to have these cool wooden bits, but maybe not, and these metal coins. My guess is it's going to be cardboard, but I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, that looks so cool. I love this idea of like I guess you're doing different plots of land and putting stuff out there, and you can have different buildings. And I mean, gosh, I mean, look at those strawberries. I would love to try this farming game. Let's look at a more large spread here. So it looks like worker placement. You're probably placing workers out here. Just a nice lighthearted. Oh, and you got these little animals. So it's like a lighthearted family weight game, tiling, farming. I would like to try it. It has a nice appearance. I like the way it looks for sure. So that is my number 10. Now let's move on to 9, and I think this has already been released this year, but it's definitely going to be at Gen Con, and I would like to try this. So this is a board and dice game, and I used to like be super excited about their games, and then I just kind of started to fall off. There were some of the games that were just starting to not be as exciting to me, and they were all just looking so blah. I like vibrant colors. I like lots of just pop in games. The aesthetic is really important to me, and so a lot of the T games were just, I don't know. I do like them, but I was just losing interest. But now there's actually 2 board and dice games on this list, and I'm getting more interested again. So this one is Windmill Valley. Compete to build windmills and plant tulips. We've got economic farming, multi-use cards, network and route building, rondel. This looks gorgeous too. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I want some color in my games, and I think each player has this wheel thing that rotates around. I don't know all the rules, but you're placing out windmills around here. It's gorgeous. I mean, oh, that's so soothing. Yeah, I'll take one of those. I'll take one of those copies. Just go ahead and send it my way, Born Dice. So let's actually see if I can find another picture of. Yeah, so I'm really curious about this one. I think I've heard some good things about it. Not 100% sure, but 45 to 90 minutes. Yeah, that seems like a pretty decent time frame. I always add time to the time frames because it's always longer for me and usually for a lot of other people as well. But it says a lightweight game with quick turns and smart action selection mechanism, multiple options to build your engine, and a lovely setting. A lightweight game. Yeah. I'm really curious actually, because a lot of the board and dice games tend to be kind of crunchy. This one's definitely catching my eye. That is Windmill Valley. But first, I need some lemonade, guys. We're in Florida. It has been blazing hot, but it has also been raining a lot, as it does here in Florida. But the humidity is so bad. You're pretty much breathing in water. Any other Floridians here, or is it just me? Anyway, okay, so let's move on. That was Windmill Valley. It's just so pretty to look at. Definitely want to try that. Okay, moving on. We have a game that is an Andrew Bosley artwork game. So I feel like I just want to try all of the games that he does art in, because he's my favorite artist in board gaming. So this is from All Play, River Valley Glassworks. I know this was on Kickstarter. So you're competing to collect pieces of glass and place them strategically in your shop. I think this is supposed to be a lighter weight game, and right here it says playing time 25 to 45 minutes, so a lighter game, but the art, of course, is cute. I like the little glass pieces. So let's see, we got tile placement, pattern building, modular board, open drafting, abstract strategy. That's just all that is, stuff that we like. So you play as one of these pioneers drafting glass from the market of river tiles. Like I said earlier, I really like games that have a really nice aesthetic, and that's one reason why I'm interested in this. I just like nice components, and yeah, so I'm really curious to see what this one's like. I guess you're collecting these glass pieces and placing on your board? I don't know. But all I know is I would like to try it, and it's definitely up there because Andrew Bosley. Okay, let's move on to number 7. And this is actually going to be, I'm kind of surprised. So I like cats, obviously, I love cats. But a lot of cat games I'm not necessarily super interested in. So some of them I am interested in, but a lot of times they're just not very good. I've heard great things about Boop. It's an abstract strategy game. I thought, if somebody had it, I would try it, but I didn't feel the desire to necessarily needed to get it or anything. But this version, I think, is going to be a must for me because we have cats and Christmas theme, which is like two of my all-time favorite things in board games, and it looks so cute. So it says, well, first of all, it's Boop the Halls. Love it. Be a naughty kitty and knock the ornaments off the tree. Love, love, love it. So pattern building, slide, push, grid movement, abstract strategy game. Let's look at these pictures, okay? Because this is like so incredibly cute. Oh, there's not a arrow here. Let me see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you have multiple tiers. I mean, look at these cats holding the ornaments. I definitely have to play this. Definitely. There's like no question. I'm sold with the Christmas theme and the cute cats. And we do like abstract strategy games. So anyway, that is my number 7. That is Boop the Halls. Do you guys like Boop? I know there's like 2 other versions. Basic Boop and I think, Boop, the Halloween version. So anyway, let me know if you guys like this game. All right, let's move on. We have number 6, which I recently heard about. But it looks so interesting. That is, how do you even say this? Nunatak, Temple of Ice. Carve a step pyramid from the ice to rise high in points. This is a Kane Klenko game. So there's going to be set collection, open drafting, multi-use cards, area control. This looks so cool. Look at this, guys. Look. Multiple tiers and this cool ice world. And I don't really even know the strategy. I mean, obviously you're stacking things, but I'm so intrigued with how this looks. I really want to try this game. And I feel like I just suddenly heard about this. I don't even know. It says 2023, so maybe this is like the first time it's going to be in the States this year at Gen Con. Maybe it came out, I think it's a Cosmos game, so in Europe or something, but that just looks so cool. I love that. I think Justin might be interested in trying this one. It seems like a lighthearted game. Yeah, let's see actually, what is the time frame? 30 to 45 minutes, lightweight game. It's not cooperative, so they make sure to point that out. It is not a cooperative game. Anyway, that looks sweet. That is a Nunatak Temple of Ice. All right. Now, we're going to move on to number 5, and this is a new version of a game, of an older game, I believe. This is Endeavor Deep Sea. I believe the one before this was Endeavor Age of Sail, I believe. But I do love underwater themes. Lead your research institute to explore ocean depths and publish your findings. Was this on Kickstarter? I don't even remember. Yeah, it says right here, crowdfunding Kickstarter, so in GamePound, so maybe it was. So you have action points, chaining, map addition, tech trees, tech tracks. Very interested in that. So you head an independent research institute with the goal of developing sustainable projects. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. So you're researching dive sites, publishing ecological papers, launching conservation efforts. But let's look at some of these pictures because I don't know. It's just really, really calling me. Have you guys played the one before this, Endeavor Age of Sail? I feel like I've heard mixed opinions about it. Let me know if you guys have played it and if you like it. What do you think about this version? I am drawn to this. Like, this looks cool. Super intriguing. That looks super cool. One I definitely want to try. That is Endeavor Deep Sea. Okay. Now, let's go back to Board and Dice for my number 4. And we're also staying with the water theme. And this is Reef Project. Actually, this is a really interesting list because I've got two like water theme games and two kind of windmill type of games on my list. It's kind of interesting. And less space games, I think. We'll see. We'll see. So this is Reef Project, and this is another gorgeous looking game. I'm like, yes, yes, Board and Dice, give me some color. So now I'm very interested in trying these latest Board and Dice games because I'm finally getting some color. So become the hero of the Reef Restoration Project and save the oceans. So this looks like point-to-point movement, set collection, area control, connections, in-game bonuses, of course. So it says, let's see, you're going to be sailing the seas, hire crew, explore the coral reef, clean the ocean sectors, complete missions. So let's look at some pictures here. With some lemonade, of course. Yeah, that looks really cool. So each player has their own board. Oh, what were those things called? I remember when I was looking at this. What were they called? You're putting out those little thingies around the board. Oh, there it is. So on your turn, you're going to recharge or travel. But if you travel, you can deploy reef balls, move their ship, play mission cards, perform various actions. So I'm guessing that's what these things are. I guess those are the reef balls, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. But this looks like something where maybe you're doing upgrades on your player board, which I love if that's the case. I mean, this just looks so interesting. Yeah, see, look, you're dropping off. I'm guessing these are the reef balls to make connections, maybe. This is looking so cool. Definitely have to try this. We have pretty colors. I'm so excited. This is cool. Okay, anyway, that is Reef Project. There's also another prior Board and Dice game which I'm interested in trying, but I just haven't gotten to, and it's Nucleum. I know it's gotten a lot of good reviews. I think that one looks pretty cool too. So I definitely want to try that one as well. But anyway, that's Reef Project. Let's move on to my number 3, and we're going to be going back to building wind farms. So here we have, is it Pampero? I think that's how you say it. Build wind farms and expand and improve your grid to master the energy market. So the artist is Ian O'Toole. I don't know anything about the designers, publishers, but I know this was a Kickstarter. But this looks like a really in-depth, longer game, and it looks really cool. So let's look at, first let's look at some of the mechanisms here. So we have, it's an economic game, action retrieval, deck bag, pool building. I do like that in games. Hand management, set collection, and baby is crying, so let's wait. This just, I don't know, it looks really, really up my alley. There's a lot of crunchiness. It looks gorgeous, cool bits. Obviously a heavier, crunchy game, and I totally like that. I don't know what all's going on here, but all I know is it looks cool and I want to try that. And I guess you're placing out your windmills around the board. This is one I definitely want to try. Have you guys tried this one? What do you think? I'm curious because this looks so interesting. So this is in the government of Uruguay, I guess. Pampero, maybe it's Pampero, is a hand management card-driven action selection game. Oh, yeah. Every player has a starting set of 8 cards to be played on their own tableau, which contains 2 rows. Yeah, this seems so cool. I really want to try that. But let's move on. That is my number 3, Pampero. I think that's how you say it. All right, number 2. All right, let's get some space. Guys, we haven't had enough space in this list, so let's bring out the space right now. We're going to be talking about AI Space Puzzle. This cover really drew me in. It's just so intriguing. I'm super excited to try this. I must try it one day. You are the crew of an evacuation ship. Use the ship's AI to survive. It says 30 minutes. So not like a super long game. But it is a cooperative game, and it looks like it's going to be deduction, and so puzzly, communication limits. I think, oh man, Justin and I both really like deduction games. Like for instance, we love Search for Planet X. I'm blanking on some other ones, but there's a lot that we like. And so another deduction space game I want to try. You have taken on the role of people who have been evacuated from Earth on spaceships, and one player performs as a distressed AI that is partially malfunctioning or malfunctioned. So it looks like there's different levels of difficulty, different scenario missions, I guess. But this looks really interesting. Let's look at a few pictures here. Yeah, that just looks cool. So each player has a screen. It kind of reminds me of Codenames a little bit with that card. Like, you know, you don't want to guess the assassin. But I love the aesthetic of this. I'm just so interested in trying this game. Anyway, guys, that is AI Space Puzzle. I guess it's Portal Games that's bringing it over to the States. Anyway, that's my number 2. Let's move on to my number 1, which has had a lot of buzz lately, and it is a space-themed game, of course. And we are talking about Arcs from Leader Games. I know people have been playing this lately. Yeah, I think this was a Kickstarter. Yeah, this was a Kickstarter game, but people have been playing this lately. I've seen a few reviews, and I really want to try it. It is a sharp sci-fi strategy game for 2 to 4 players, set in a dark yet silly universe. So there is a lot of like area control, dice rolling, you're battling, trying to take over different situations. But what's interesting is I believe there's this trick-taking element in it and some negotiation. So I'm curious can I get Justin to play that? Justin really likes trick-taking games and trick-taking elements, so I'm curious if he would be interested in trying this. And it does have, you know, some war elements as well, but it's in space. But I also love the way it looks. Oh, and when I was watching a review or someone playing it, maybe it was Foster the Meeple, I can't remember. Might have been the Dice Tower. Justin walked by and he was like, oh, like it caught his eye, which that never happens. He always tunes out all the YouTube board game content I watch. But this one caught his eye, so I'm like, yes. And it has trick-taking elements, yes. So maybe we will get this game and try it. I'm very curious about it. I know there's tons of hype about it right now, but guys, it looks so cool. I should stop looking at pictures, but I'm just so drawn in. Did you guys back this one? And let me know if you guys like it. Anyway, guys, that is my top 10, and there were a lot of games to choose from. 400 something as of when I looked at the list. What are some of your favorites? Did I leave out some that you think I would like? And just tell me which ones you guys are looking forward to, and are y'all going to Gen Con? I so hope that I can go to Gen Con in 2025. That is the goal. We'll see if we can make it happen. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me and talking about board games. Love talking about board games. But I will see you guys on the next video.